Why do parents want their kids to go to college? Now, that's a very loaded question. What I mean by that is generally parents want the best for their children. And so wanting them to go to college generally equates to they want them to have a successful future. They want them to have a happy life. And they equate these things. They think that happiness and contentment rest upon having your needs met, being secure and safe in the world so you can provide for yourself. And so they equate the two, accomplishment and career success, financial success, with happiness, which we know is not always the case. But we do know there is some correlation between reaching some level of financial stability or security and your happiness. So really, parents are saying, I want you to be content, secure, and ultimately happy. But the topic I want to dig a little bit deeper into is why they believe college is that route. Now, things were different in my parents' generation. Being a 43-year-old individual, my parents are in their 70s. When they were coming along, far fewer individuals had the opportunity and actually attended college and got a 4-year academic degree, at least in comparison to today, where 50% of the population now pursues college immediately after high school. So how have things changed? Well, when fewer people got a degree, obviously academic institutions could be more selective and they could take higher standards in terms of academic rigor. So it really was an accomplishment to make it through a 4-year academic institution, and that tended to qualify you above individuals who did not have that degree. Now, ultimately, we ended up sending more and more people to college, and with the higher number of individuals going to college, there's more people technically qualified for positions, but it certainly created a hierarchy among colleges or the education that individuals received. So it ultimately came just a bare minimum requirement than a true qualifier that separated you from other people who are going to get the job. So parents are still in that mindset. They believe that the college degree is going to be absolutely necessary for individuals to be secure, happy in their career. Now, things are changing a great deal, and there is a general shift happening about the value that college brings to the individual because knowledge, understanding, and the ability to learn technical skills is everywhere. And individuals can certainly be financially secure without pursuing higher education in a way that probably never existed before. But I will be the first to say that it is very difficult as a parent to come to terms with this. I certainly hope that my children are happy and secure, and I tend to believe that if they go on and get a college degree when that time comes, that they will be more likely to achieve that. So I encourage them to go to college. And I fear a bit any decision they might make where they wouldn't go to college. I would be more comforted if I knew they had a plan for how they were going to achieve financial security and ultimately contentment in whatever career, field, or path that they follow, and an understanding that uh, path to get there is feasible, that it's not a long shot, that there's not a high percentage of failure that's going to lead to a likelihood that they're not going to meet their financial goals, and then they don't have a backup plan for how they're going to meet their needs in life. So generally, I fall in that same boat of, hey, I would love for my children to go to college. But I tend to see two groups that don't feel the same way. And oftentimes that tends to be technology individuals who are successful in a field who see success in that field as being primarily related to the ability to do something rather than studying that in school, because oftentimes what you study in school does not really add much or prepare you for what you're seeing out there in the environment because technology changes so fast. So people like Elon Musk say that college is not valuable. It's more about acquiring skills. And the other side of the coin is places like where I grew up, where individuals simply don't value education because they see it as instilling ideas in people that are counter to their ideas. And it's back to the mentality of, oh, so you think you're better than me. So, and only because you went and learned something from somebody who they don't have respect for anyway, or their way of thinking or ideology. Now, they don't have experience with higher education. So they demonize it in a way and see it as, once again, a corrupting influence over their children who they've raised to believe the same way they do. And this tends to be the case in more rural, lower income areas. And in that case, parents certainly do not encourage their children to pursue college degrees. They encourage their children to do something to become financially independent and hopefully wealthy and able to meet their needs in life, but education for education's sake is not high on the agenda. Now, I will say there are parents like mine in those communities who saw education once again as being a ticket to achieving something or the ticket to ultimately reaching financial security. So they encouraged their kids to go to college, even if they didn't have the opportunity or ability to do so, because once again, they are equating getting a good job with a college education. It's not knowledge or learning for learning's sake, where in more affluent or higher socioeconomic strata tend to look at education as being important for individual development, personal fulfillment, being well-rounded as an individual. And all of this goes to my point of why this is a loaded question. When I ask, why do parents want their kids to go to college? Well, there's different ways of looking at it, what college can help them achieve, what the ultimate outcome of the educational experience will be in terms of how they think about things versus what they are able to achieve in terms of their financial security and career. So those are my thoughts on the matter. If you have thoughts on the matter, please jump down in the discussion boards, go over to thebusinessprofessor.com and start a discussion in the forum. But as always, I hope to see you around the platform sometime soon. Until then, take care.